Coming up on the CODE Bet Daily EPL, it's the final day of the season, Monday, 1:30am. Check it all out on wherever you watch it. I ain't giving them a plug because they don't sponsor us. Goals Madness is what I am calling. Who gets relegated? You're going to have to tune in to find out. Best bet for us, Marcus.
Best bet, I'm going Liverpool to win, or if you want to go a little bit risky, you might go Bournemouth to draw or beat Everton.
Liverpool are playing Southampton, so who cares? Our teams have got nothing to play for, but it's really fun. It's CODE Bet Daily EPL. Check it out. It's real good. Welcome to the CODE Bet Daily EPL Show. Matchweek 38. It is the final day. We'll also throw in Friday's game because apparently Marcus wants to indulge and talk about Chelsea twice. That is...
I'm not sure I want to, but it's more I have to.
I didn't say you were contractually obligated to. I said, hey, we'll just do final day. We could talk about Friday morning's game in the CODE Bet Daily, which you should check out because that is where we work for a really good website called CODE Bet, except for Marcus. Yep. He works for odds. Go check out odds.com.au. They're doing some good stuff there as well. But Marcus is here because, well, stats guy is currently seeing Aaron Judge hit a home run in like the 9th inning earlier tonight. It's all I've seen all over the internet. I'm sick of Stats Guy's holiday, but he's eating pizza, so good on him. Good for him. He's seeing a team wins. I think Boston won earlier too, so good for him. But CODE Bet Daily EPL Show. Look, we're going to do it a little bit differently today. Usually we talk about, the four main games, the best bets, player props, players to look out for and such. But because the machinations of this final day, Marcus, are so interesting, there is really only 4 teams who have anything to play for.
Yep, 4 teams,
suggest
4
this
games.
Sunday?
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe 5 if you include Liverpool. But as it stands right now, this is obviously before Man City and Brighton are playing Thursday morning. You'll know the result by the time this comes out. You've got Man United and Chelsea Friday morning. Let's get to the important stuff. Relegation battle. Everton are on 33 points. Leicester and Leeds both on 31. Now, if Everton draw and Leicester win, Everton go down because of their ridiculously terrible goal difference.
Correct.
Leeds just have to win and hope Everton and Leicester lose.
Yeah, it's a long shot, but
or Leicester can draw, but yeah. Yep. There's a lot going on here. It's set up for a fascinating final day because Everton, they host Leicester. I think that all 3 of them are hosting their games this weekend, actually.
I think so, yes.
Which I should have had that up on the rundown in front of me, but I'm on another screen right now, so it's okay. Southampton officially gone, too bad. Man City, your champions, woo. Nobody cares, you cheats. My beloved Arsenal in my awesome pink, well, we stunk it up late. What is it, something like 12 points from our last 9 games?
It was a shocking run home.
I mean, hold on. But do you want me to even bring that up? 1 win in your past 11 for Chelsea?
I'll sit quiet.
And Liverpool charging. They have to hope Man United lose their last 2 games to play Champions League football. Brighton are a chance, but we'll rip into it. Let's start going. We'll start off with Aston Villa hosting Brighton. Aston Villa are $2.20. Brighton is $3.85. Brighton is $3.10. The draw's $3.85. Who is your player to look out for? I didn't write one down because I forgot. They did every other game.
I'm going to go for Jacob Ramsey here. He's been the attacking spark in their previous 2 matches. Yep. And they're just in desperate need of goals if they are to make Europe. There's still a chance to make Europe if they do beat Brighton. Yeah. So I think because they only have 4 goals in their last 5 games, I think, he's one to look out for.
Yeah, I think I talked about on the Daily Show for the game that's on Thursday morning, which we already know the result of as you're listening to this. I talked about McAllister possibly playing his last couple of games for Brighton. He'll want to go out in a big way. He'll want to put on a show against Man City on Thursday, but then also here. But wants to go out strong. You don't want to sort of go into the off-season a bit off the back of some average performances. I know body of work suggests it's going to get a good gig, but it's just like you still want to finish this season strong. It's one of those, how do you remember me as? What's your last couple of games like? Rather than, you were good in like March before you did nothing. So I think that's him. Some game picks. What have you got for us?
I'm going under 2.5 goals, which is $2.57 with TopSport. I think, Villa, they're pretty stingy at the back and they do struggle in attack as well. So 5 of their last 6 have hit the under, so I'm going to go for the under again here.
Yeah, Aston Villa actually has a 4-2-1 record against Brighton since Brighton got up to the EPL. Look, I don't know. I can't really give a tip sort of this early because we've got to see what Brighton are going to do tomorrow morning. Like Moses Caicedo, Matoma and that, they could all go down and do hamstrings or something. It's hard to pick this early, but right now I'm just going to roll straight into the game picks. I'm going to lean to the draw in this. It's sort of like I'm going with Brighton are going to be that. Just you got to be flat after throwing everything at Man City. It's so hard to predict given we're before the game, and the game's already happened as people are listening to this. So, yeah, a draw at 385 for me. I don't mind that at all. But I think this one will hit the overs. This will be a bit free flowing. 2 of the last 5 have been over 3.5 goals, so I don't mind that at all.
Yep, I think there's a lot more on the line for Villa in this game, actually, more than Brighton.
Yep.
Because Villa are holding on to that last European spot.
That's Conference League, isn't it? Or like
the Conference League, which is basically used. But I think it'll be a good competition for Villa to maybe go on and try and get deep in that competition next season if they do secure that spot.
I almost want to lose and let Tottenham go play in the Conference League because that'd just be funny.
That'll be funny, just seeing them kicked out and still not win a trophy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like Tottenham are in the Conference League and can't win that. That's kind of what I want to see.
Keeping in mind we're Arsenal and Chelsea fans here.
And we've won like 87,000 FA Cups, so that's all we seem to win. You're tipping Villa?
Yeah, I'm going to. Or I think there's more on the line for Villa, so I'll probably lean with them or a draw. It could be a good bet.
I like it. We've started off with the toughest game to talk about. We don't even know what's going to happen given one team plays tomorrow morning. Anyway, Everton, $1.44. The draw, $4.60. Brighton, $7. This atmosphere, if I'm going to watch any game other than Arsenal's at 1:30 in the morning Monday, because actually that's what we haven't mentioned. The best thing about final day, all of the games start at the same time. It is awesome because as we saw when Man City finally won the league all those years ago with Aguero scoring that goal, Manchester United literally had their hands on the trophy before Man City scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes to win the league. That's how insane last day can be with all the games going on at the same time. We've got Champions League, relegation, and everything else going on. It is nuts. This is the one game I'd watch because watching the fans at Everton, if Leeds and Leicester are both in front and Everton's like 0-0, they'll be like, oh God, it's actually going to happen. It's going to be fantastic. But yeah, I'm looking out for Dominic Solanke for Bournemouth. He's got 6 goals and 7 assists this season as I roll in with a lovely segue. He's scored 2 goals in his past 2 final day appearances, so it means nothing for Bournemouth, but hey, he can score a goal and it means nothing.
He's in good form as well, but I'm going to look for someone who's a bit out of touch at the moment. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's only scored 2 goals this season. He's been injured for a whole chunk. He always is injured. But he's only kicked 2 goals in 17 games. It's like the Shane Watson of soccer. Yeah, pretty much. I love Shane Watson. But he's been substituted at halftime in his previous 2 matches. So if you think back to this time last year, he saved Everton.
Kept them up.
He kept them up with the goal against Crystal Palace.
Because it wasn't Frank Lampard's managing, that's for sure.
So he's got to step up, and I think he could be a player to watch.
Yeah, I like it. Game picks, what have you got?
I'm going Bournemouth or a draw at $2.70.
The chaos of this.
I think there's a lot of value in that for a team that Bournemouth have only lost 1 of their last 7 against Everton.
Yep.
So I think $2.70 to get either a draw or a win, I think that bodes well for them, and that's a good price.
Okay, I don't mind that at all. I'm going to go Everton 1-0, the correct score. Side note, what a good job Gary O'Neill's done since he got with that Bournemouth job. They were dead and buried at Christmas, but he's brought them back from beyond the brink. But yeah, correct score 1-0. This is probably going to be the best atmosphere all year. $7.50 you can get for that. That's obviously Everton winning 1-0. It just screams absolute tight and just the old sphincter tightening all the way through for the Everton fans. All the money that's on the line. This stadium going to the championship. It is insane if it can happen.
It will be.
Also quite hilarious because that club would be absolutely stuffed because if you believe what you read on the internet, 50-50, a lot of the players' contracts don't have championship cut clauses in them. Players like, if a Pickford's on 150 grand a week, he still gets that in the championship. But there'll be a fire sale anyway.
They've been run into the dirt purely. The ownership's been absolutely shocking. And they haven't been relegated in 72 years.
Yeah, they're the only team other than Arsenal to not be relegated. So, absolutely nuts. So who are you tipping?
I'm going to go a draw, but I'm going to go a draw, but it'll keep them up.
So the draw, okay, interesting. Then we'll figure that out later. I'm going Everton because I said I think they're going to win 1-0. They hold on by the skin of their teeth once again. Leeds, speaking of teams that are just clinging desperately. Actually, both of them. Leeds, 270. Tottenham, 240. The draw, 380. How in the hell are Tottenham $2.40? They should be $1.40.
Yeah, to beat
Look at
a
their
relegation
squad. Team. I know Arsenal, and you kind of meant to. Seriously, it's actually worse than Chelsea, I reckon.
Yeah, I think.
You guys have just been a dumpster fire all year. It's how it's been. But Tottenham, they were in 3rd.
Yeah, they've been
8 weeks ago.
They dropped very severely.
Yeah, they've conceded 20 goals in the last 7 games. That's how good they're going. All right. Who's your player to look out for? I think I know who it is.
Yeah, I think it's a bit cliche, but I'm going to go Harry Kane.
How good was his free kick last week?
Oh, yeah, ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
He could have been his last game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You never know when he scored that.
They got smashed by Brentford.
And then, they got smashed by Brentford 3-1. As I'm saying, it could be his last game. You want to go out with a bang, and him to score a goal any time is $1.96. And considering he's 6.30, I think, in all competitions.
Yeah, he's had an insane year, and he's the only one scoring for them. I'm looking out for Rodrigo. The start of the year, I was like, he could run top 5 in the goal scoring for the competition. He's done nothing.
Yeah.
Did something early, done a little bit late. He scored at least 1 goal in his 2 of his past 3. So, let's go with him again at home. Elland Road, again, it'll be rocking. I'll just roll straight into my game picks here. I think we see over 3.5 goals in this game. I'm just saying that. Tottenham have conceded 20 in its last 7 games, so that's $2.25. Leeds have also scored at least 1 goal in their last 12. You look at Tottenham's record in the last 7, 1 win, 1 draw, 5 losses. They absolutely are stinking up the joint at the moment.
Well, I'm going to go for both teams to score.
Yep.
You think there's going to be a lot of goals? I think, both teams to score will back that up.
Yep.
And it's happened in Leeds' last 12 Premier League games.
Yep, nice. Let's go, Leeds. I'm tipping them. Let's go. Ooh. At home, just Big Sam trying to keep them up.
Talking about atmosphere, that'll be nuts.
If they hit the front
at Elland Road,
and it's going to be on. But if they're in front and it's like 0-0 or something in the because this is the thing. So if Everton draw and Leeds win, Leeds have to win by like 4 or more goals.
Yep.
If it's 3 or more, they're even. I'm not sure what the countback rule is and how they work it out, but Leeds need to win like 4-0.
Yeah.
So let's go, Leeds. You know what? All out attack on the PlayStation, sprint at all costs, through balls, crosses, all of it. Just try everything that you would on a Thursday night.
If there's any team to do it to, I think Tottenham, the Spursism could come in clutch.
Spurs, they're 8th at the moment. A loss here, and if results go the other way, they could get down to 9th. That's pretty funny. That's actually where they sit. They're mid. They're very mid. All right. Leicester City, $1.95. The draw, $3.85. West Ham, $3.60. King Power Stadium. Declan Rice is going to be the king of this stadium on Sunday night.
Yep.
This will be his last game for West Ham in the EPL.
Looks like it.
He's not going to want to go out on a loss. Yeah, they're probably going to spend $100 million. Whoever buys him, of course, Manchester City are interested because anyone who's decent, Manchester City want. Chelsea apparently want him. So do Man United. So do Arsenal. Arsenal probably the favourites because apparently he wants to stay in London. And despite his family, so his family are Chelsea fans, apparently something went on behind closed doors that he's like, I don't want to go.
He was in our youth system and we discarded him pretty much.
So,
so the only thing is he's best mate with Mason Mount, but he could be leaving Chelsea.
He might land at Arsenal as well.
That's the only reason why I think he could go to Chelsea, but I think Arsenal would be a good move for him.
Yeah, now I need to find this up while you start talking about your play to look out for. I read something about the Arsenal owner, which I'm going to get up for later. Who's your play to look out for?
We mentioned him last week. I was pretty happy about him. I shouted him out for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
We're going Harry Souttar.
Oh, Jesus.
In his return to the lineup after 4 games on the bench against Newcastle, came into the team. He got man of the match. And I think if it does go down to the wire in the last few minutes and they need some set pieces or they're relying on set pieces towards the end of the game, I think, his height and his influence in the air could prove crucial late on, and not only his defensive stability as well is pretty decent. Yeah,
nice. So game picks rolling on from this. Hopefully Harry Souttar does stay up. He's just got his gig and 6 months later back down to the championship. That'd stink. I think West Ham head-to-head's a great price at $3.60. They've been in some decent form as of late, and Leicester have only won 1 of their last 15.
Well, I think there's going to be goals in this one. I think over 2.5 because 7 of the previous 8 meetings between the two sides have hit the over. So I think that's a good indication that it could occur again.
This is another game. Like Leicester have been conceding but scoring all year, even though we came out of a 0-0 draw the other day. And West Ham, they've been scoring some goals as well. I'm tipping West Ham to win. So this might spell curtains on Leicester for the EPL.
Well, I'm going to go for a draw in this one. Atmosphere to be absolutely nuts again at the King Power. So I'm picking.
So the draw keeps them down.
Yeah. So I've picked all those three sides to draw.
Okay,
on the final day.
So you're Leicester, Leeds, Southampton going down.
Yep.
I just want to. I've tipped Leicester, Leeds, Southampton go down, but I want to see the chaos of Leeds winning and Everton going down. Like, I think that'd be hilarious, but even though I don't think it'll happen. Anyway, all right, Geraldo, please hit the bit.
Stats guys here.
Righto, you did a good one last week. Actually, I saw some people on the internet yelled at you because you're like, you tell he doesn't watch it because he says they kick goals. We're in Australia. That's what we say. Shut up. Go for it.
Here we go. So this is a bit more of a dull one today, but Bournemouth are the only team this season not to be awarded a penalty.
No way.
Yeah, they're the only team this season.
That's awesome.
About 2-3 weeks ago, it was Liverpool, but then Salah scored a couple back-to-back.
Salah missed against Arsenal.
He missed. That was the one.
He's missed two. No, he missed one against Nottingham Forest earlier in the year.
Yes, he did too. Yeah, so Bournemouth are the only team not to be awarded a penalty.
That's wild. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, stats guy, you are fired. Stay in America, fall in love, come back with a wife. Anyway, other matches for this weekend, tip or a bet in the other games. Look, we're going to talk about the Matchweek 32 game that's on Friday morning. Manchester United, $1.60, the draw $4.33. Chelsea, $5.20. United need 1 point to guarantee Champions League.
Yep. Well, I'm going to go through a draw in this one because that's what's been happening between these two clubs.
United just have been finding a way to score a goal the last month, though.
They have. And it's hard, especially with Chelsea's form this season, to even back them for a point. But I'm just going to have to because I need to have some faith somewhere.
Are you going to get up to watch it?
Yes, of course.
You're a better fan than Stats Guy. He'd be like, no, man, it's too early. It's 5 a.m. What are you talking about? Seriously.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that one.
Good man. Outlined in the Daily Show. Go check that out. CODE Bet Daily. Man United. I think they're $1.60. Yep, still $1.60. Very happy to take that.
Yep.
Moving on. Brentford, $4.75. The draw, #nice, $4.20. Manchester City, $1.67. Again, odds on this could change given how Thursday morning's game against Brighton could be.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
I think, I'm just going to go safe and go for a City win in this one. Despite Brentford actually beat City earlier on in the season.
They did.
That's one of their only 4
winner.
defeats. Yes, correct. Ivan Toney, I think, went off in that game, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He scored both goals.
Yeah, but obviously, I don't know if it's the ban.
8 months, yeah. It started last week, so he'll be back on like the 17th of January.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for a City win in this one.
I'm going Brentford or draw. As I've talked about with Man City, you're getting some value if you're betting against Man City, and it's 2 games. They've got nothing to play for. It's like, do they really care? Brentford were fantastic last week. Brentford or draw is $2.10, and you also look at their home record, 9-7-2 this season. So
that's very good.
Pretty good home record. So I don't mind taking the double chance there. Who wins? Man City.
Yeah, I went Man City, but I think that's a good value there, $2.10 for Brentford.
I'll stick with a draw, like a 2-all, 3-all, something like that. Yep. Man United, $1.45, draw $4.80, Fulham, $6.50. I'll go straight away. Man United to win and over 2.5 goals. Fulham have looked better with Mitrovic back in the team, but this sort of screams 2-1, 3-1, something like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Manchester United will win, and I'm going to go over 2.5 goals as well.
Yeah, nice.
That's at $1.95. Manchester United just have the wood over Fulham in recent meetings. They've won 13 of the previous 15 in all competitions. And 12 of those 15 meetings hit the over as well. Yeah. So that's why I'm backing Man United and the over. And
Tony Khan will be too busy with AEW Double or Nothing coming up on Monday as well. So he's not going to be in London. He's going to be in Vegas for that. Ooh. Fix CM Punk's contract, you jerk.
Wasn't this one of your rules, Alex?
Yeah, we didn't mention the rules today, though. It's final show. I'm doing what I want. Chelsea, $2.80. Oh, the draw, $3.60. Really? Newcastle, $2.45?
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Mind blown. Righto. I'm taking the $2.45 Newcastle based off that alone. Wow, that shocks me. I know Newcastle were average the other day, but yeah, $2.45. Yeah, I'm taking that.
I'm not gonna even back a result here. I'm just gonna celebrate because the season's finally over. The final whistle. That's what I'm waiting for after that 90 minutes.
Do you reckon Todd's realised that you guys haven't qualified for Champions League because I
don't know. I think
he did say to someone that we play in it every year. You've got to finish top 4, Todd.
Yeah, what was it? The 4-4-3 that he wanted to play.
That was so funny.
How bad was that?
Yeah, I like that. Well, the referees might stop you. Why is that? You got 12 players on the field, dude. You know what? He's got money. Good for him. Arsenal, $1.36. The draw, $5.50. Wolves, $8. You go first.
I'm going to go Arsenal win here, despite their horrendous run of form towards the end of the season. They've won.
God bless them. They kept knots up. You know what? I'm happy.
They did. But they've done pretty good on the final day in recent years. They won their previous 11 final days.
We win when it means nothing.
And I think, playing at home at the Emirates probably just makes that even stronger for the case for them to win.
A lot of talk on social media, Arsenal have bottled this, they're chokers, then this and that. It's like, Man City were always going to get 90 points.
Yeah, I think
it's not a bottle job. It's just
I don't think it's a bottle, but I think the way they dropped points and who they dropped points to.
It's who we dropped points to. We don't have the squad depth to match them. Like, look at their bench last week, City's bench. So this will be the Emirates crowd. It's been one of the good things all year that usually in the last couple of years, whenever like we'd go down 2-1, something like that, the crowd would just turn on them. Whenever a goal has been scored against Arsenal this year, the crowd just started yelling and screaming to try and lift the boys up. I think this will be a celebration of what's been an absolutely awesome year. At the start of the year, everyone's like, oh, you're not top six, you're not top six. You ran fifth last year, or finished fifth, sorry. So to get second is an amazing effort.
Oh, definitely.
It's also set us up for a lot of failure next year.
Well, I think, before the start of the season, you would get my hand off to take top four.
I said start of the year, top four is a minimum. Anything else is amazing. And I thought I actually backed, I'm going to finally collect it this weekend. I backed Arsenal at the start of the year, $8 to be the top London club.
Ooh.
Because I had Tottenham and Chelsea ahead of me.
That might have been paying pretty decent.
Yeah, it was $8.
Well. Oh,
yes.
Okay, yeah. So
thank you to a betting company that no longer bets with us. Thank you. As being said, I'm going to tip Arsenal at home. Granit Xhaka, most likely his last game. Apparently he's going to Leverkusen next year.
Yep.
And Thomas Partey has apparently been shipped around to Italy. So he may leave as well, which also that frees up Declan Rice, Sasado, potentially Mason Mount, and a few others as well. Look, if it's their last game, also Kieran Tierney, you just hope it's a celebration and they all get, some time on the field and time to say goodbye.
Yep.
Also, just a little stat, Bukayo Saka starts, it'll be his 80th consecutive EPL game.
Yeah, it started the
80,
previous two seasons.
Not started, but he's at least played or come off the bench in the last 80 games.
Yeah,
it's more than 2 seasons.
There's a lot of reliance on a young
he's
kid,
21.
though, but he's definitely proved it.
Yeah, and he signed his new contract this week, or this morning. God bless him. He's there for another 4 years. Hell yeah. Southampton, $7. The draw, $5.30. Liverpool, $1.40. We don't need to talk about this much, do we?
Not really. Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Cool. Liverpool, results pending. They can actually sneak up to 4th if Manchester United produce the biggest bottle job ever. Crystal Palace, $1.70. The draw, $4. Notts, $4.75. What have you got?
Well, I think this is going to be a good game for a sort of neutral, even though there's nothing on the line
for
both teams. I think, this will be an entertaining game. Old boy Roy Hodgson, he's come in and he's done pretty well.
Yeah, he's just like, boys, get the ball, shoot.
Yeah, pretty much. And they've been doing that.
Yeah.
I think Nottingham Forest have the worst away record in the Premier League this season. They only have 7 points away from home with 1 win. So I'm going to go Palace here. Nice.
They beat Liverpool and Arsenal at home this year, Notts.
Really?
Yeah. That's what's kept them up. They beat Liverpool and Arsenal.
Form, but away.
And I think they lost 1-0 or 2-1 to Man City. They probably should have been in that game. But it smells like a high scoring draw to me. Like one of these, always like a random game. It's like 3-3 or something like this. Is great. How good's football? So I'm going with that at $4. Before we finish up, over the off season, give me obviously there's the player we've talked about. Declan Rice is definitely going to leave, we think.
Yep.
McAllister's gone.
Yep.
Give me some big moves, as in player transfers. Who leaves? Is there going to be a shock that we see? Does Lukaku come back to Chelsea? Does he go somewhere else?
I think Lukaku will come back to Chelsea. I think he'll have assuming Poch becomes the manager, which is looking likely.
That last week?
I thought it was going to be announced in the next
Maybe it's going to be announced on the final day or something.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe just lose to Newcastle and then keep the spirits high with the announcement of Poch. But I think Chelsea, there will be a clean out at Chelsea. There has to be.
Yeah.
In order to
Mount,
even bring people
Pulisic, 3 of your left backs.
Correct, yeah. All the big money moves are going to be from Chelsea. I think as in outgoings, that'll be the most. In terms of coming in, I think all the ones that are rumoured are possibly likely to happen. I'm more leaning towards Mason Mount leaving now than staying.
And you surely can't bring anyone in. I know you're going to get that guy from, I think it's Leipzig coming in.
Possibly.
But it's like, no, it's already...
He's Nkuku,
yeah, that's already done. But it's like, how can you afford all these dudes? Like, you've literally got to catch up the financial fair play.
Yeah, we do.
I think,
Yeah, apparently the contract negotiations with Mount is getting pretty tense at the moment. It's not really going well, so he could leave. But in terms of big money transfers, I'm not entirely sure. What about you?
Harry Kane, he's leaving. He's got to leave. This is the summer for Harry Kane to leave. He'll... Manchester United.
Manchester United, that's probably
Manchester
the only place he
United
could go.
or even Real Madrid. Like, he will land... That's one of the 2 ones, I reckon, because they're the ones that'll splash out for him. Yep. He's going to be straight up head striker there, no matter what. And he's going to win trophies and be in contention there straight away. Yep. I know I'm saying this as an Arsenal fan, but Harry Kane at Manchester United makes them a way better team.
It does. I think they're a real force if he goes to Manchester United. And I think he probably will want to go there to break the Alan Shearer record.
That's it. I reckon he'll stay in the EPL to break that record as well. I think Declan Rice, he does leave. It honestly wouldn't shock me if Arsenal stuffed that up because it's like we've got an amount that we want to pay for, which reminds me to check this Stanley Kroenke thing because he's the owner of Arsenal.
Yes.
He owns the LA Rams.
Yep.
Colorado Mammoth and the Colorado Avalanche. In the last year, they've all won. All won their competitions.
Wow.
We've got the money, Stan! Spend it! Seriously! I saw that last night and I threw my phone. I was just like, oh, that sucks. I think Declan Rice has got to be the one you've just got to go for. You've got to break the record. As for outgoings, I think they'll get Pepe back and they'll sell him off. I think Tierney will go, Xhaka, Partey, and even, I can't pronounce that dude's name. He's been at Rennes. He's broken the record there, the American kid. Florian, I can't pronounce his last name. I butcher it, so apologies to that. But he'll go for 30, 40 million. But as for coming in, Sasado would be nice. And then it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal try and sign another striker. Man City will probably let 2 or 3 people go as well because it's what they do, and they'll still be awesome. So who knows? Maybe Calvin Phillips leaves.
Because Declan Rice, he scored at the
yes,
weekend.
He did. And it
was a bit of emotional sort of goal celebration.
It did look like it, didn't it?
But yeah, I think if he goes to Arsenal, just bringing up that youth, I think that team is...
Yeah, he's like 24.
Yeah, but dangerous force in the next 5 years.
All right, and we'll go because the table's already basically done. Biggest slider and biggest improver as far as the table's concerned. I think the improvers are Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it has to be. You can't get much worse. Yeah, I agree.
I think the sliders are going to be Arsenal, to be honest.
Oh, the biggest sliders. I'm going to go with... I'll go Aston Villa.
Yep. I reckon they'll be... See, I'm opposite. I reckon they'll be better because they're going to have a full pre-season with Emery. He's going to sort of go after a few players that he wants.
Yep.
I don't mind that at all. So I think Arsenal will still finish top 4, but they'll probably finish 4th. Because I think Newcastle, United, Liverpool are all going to be up there. I actually think Brighton will drop because their side's going to be gutted. If they can go well in the Europa League, but I still think they finish around that 10th, 11th place.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think they'll finish around mid-table.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be shocked if 2 of the teams that come up go straight back down, along with probably Everton. As long as it's not Stap. I want not to Stap.
No, I'm going to go surprise call here. I'm going to go Brentford, possibly relegated next season.
Wow. Clip that one up, Leo.
Possibly.
That's a great one.
Don't put my word on this, but I don't know. I've just got a feeling.
So you're saying with no striker till what?
Well, obviously they'll bring someone in.
Thomas Frank is a genius.
He is. He's a very good manager. I don't know if Brentford's just got the stock to keep him in the league.
See, Stats guy wouldn't have a big call like that. I like that. I think my supreme sliders, Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace for me.
I agree.
Now, finally, over-under goals on the final day. I did the stats. I've looked at the last 3 seasons. Now you don't even look at it. How many goals do you think on the final day?
On the final day?
10 games.
10 games, I'll go 32.
Nice. In the last 3 years, 39, 29, and 33, I'm going to go with 37. I'm sure that Ladbrokes, Bet365, Top Sport, Better will have a over-under market. One of them will. Find it. If the over-under's 33, take the over, I say.
I say take the under, 32.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I said 33. Best bet of the weekend for me is Man United on the weekend against Fulham. Maybe even take the $1.40 Liverpool because I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, agree. That's my safe best bet for the weekend is the Liverpool one. But if you're looking for something a little bit more risky, I'd go Bournemouth or draw at 270 against Everton. Yeah,
my value bet of the weekend will be Newcastle to beat Chelsea. But hey, that is CODE Bet Daily EPL done and dusted for the season. Holy moly, it's been a fantastic year because we started writing.
A very, very, very long season.
I started writing about this on the 1st of September, so we're about a month in. So I've been going hammer and tong at this all season. Stats Guy's been doing it since about the middle of September as well. And shows, me and Gerald absolutely cheering. A show gets taken out of our weekly run. It is fantastic. But thanks to everyone who's listened in throughout the year. We'll definitely be back next season. May even drop in at some point to bring up some other stuff. We've got the Champions League final coming up, FA Cup final. So we may even do something on those, maybe a special CODE Bet Daily for the Champions League final because it is obviously such a big game. Manchester City taking on Inter. I can't remember where it is. Doesn't matter. Is it Turkey? I think it's Turkey.
I think it might be.
One of the games is in Turkey. Anyway, get right around our shows. AFL, EPL like this one, NRL, the Daily. Go listen to NBA Australia. Go listen to Jim. He's probably yelling about something right now. But thanks, Marcus. You filled in well.
Thank you for having me. It's been a
pleasure.
pleasure.
Might have to do a 3-man panel next year, I reckon. Marcus, maybe Stats Guy if he comes back, and even Social Guy Leo can drop in and be like, Chelsea, because I've got 3 Chelsea fans with me. Please leave a review, 5 stars, all that good stuff. It actually does mean a lot to us because we figured out the other day we'd sort of programmed it wrong, and now we've got the EPL show in the right place on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's our bad. Send in any questions via the socials. Any bets, yell at me. for me wearing my awesome pink Arsenal top on the final day of the season. Marcus he's got some blue shoes on. That counts. Good stuff there. Thanks, Marcus.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Geraldo, for producing. And thanks to me for getting through, I don't know how many episodes of this, but it doesn't matter. What do we say, Marcus?
There we go. I'll get this right this time. Gamble responsibly.
Third time's a charm, punters. He stuffed it up on the Daily Show earlier today. May all your picks come in. Happy punting. Well, we'll catch you in August. CODE Bet Daily, EPL, out.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.